Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Killer Snow, and today we are going to be continuing where we left off yesterday with, making skin vanish. That's right. Oh, let me live screen. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Give me one moment here. I don't know what is going on. I could share that, and I'm probably going to wind up liking my own thing accidentally. But alright, so that's all ironed out and out the way. So when we left off yesterday, and basically today the homework assignment was a 400-word essay on pick a game that we like the art style in, and then talk about it. So I'm choosing Okami. I've never seen an art style like that, like before Okami, and haven't seen it since. So I'm going to pick that one and write about it, but I'm not going to, sit here and stream me typing up a Word document. So what we are doing is we're going back and finishing other assignments, such as this, lovely thing where we're taking people's skin and making it vanish, much like this Dead Space 3 one that we completed yesterday. And it may not look exactly like it did yesterday because I actually went through and started, messing with it again and trying to smooth things out a little bit more, and I'm still noticing some parts where it's going to need a little bit of TLC, but it overall, the general concept is there. I need to go back and watch the footage of the class so that way I can look at other techniques, because honestly, at the time, it was very difficult for me to listen to my instructor, unfortunately. I was very distracted by the fact that his mic was so clear and strong that every time he opened his mouth I could almost taste his saliva. I subconsciously moves mic away from my mouth so that way I'm not doing the same thing to y'all. So we have here, not going to lie, I'm a bit pissed that instead of doing a map in Maya, we get to write essays instead. Yo, right? Like, when I saw that on there, I was like, alright, cool, the two classes are going to kind of intersect. Now I'll, be able to learn more stuff about Maya for the Intro to Maya class, or vice versa, and I'll be able to, ace this assignment because I'm getting better at Maya. Nope. Nope. Apparently that's phased out. That was annoying. I went ahead and I did download a couple more of the 3D modeling softwares that they were talking about in class. I only downloaded one of them so far, but I have the other one's installer is all ready to go for me if I so choose to actually, endeavor to use that. We're gonna reduce the diameter here, and I'm gonna get a little close, not that much closer. I was actually quite disappointed about that. You know what? I'm not gonna use the stylus for this one. It's a little too dark for me to see on my tablet, and probably because, yep, the brightness was set to automatic. Give me this bad boy. Alright. That'll be fine. I want to get rid of that, little pixeled line blur that, happens at the edges of the character models. Now to blend it out the rest of the way, and what was that? Lou and Fernandez, thank you for cheering. What class is this one for? This is for 2D tools for game development. I forget if that's the actual name of the class now. Wow. Luckily I have the LMS set up as my homepage, so literally give me 2 seconds here. But seriously, Fernandez, thank you very much for the 6-bit cheer. I don't think I've ever actually seen you in the stream before. That's one hell of a way to make an appearance. Really, thank you. let's see. Go to classes here. And it is from, yeah, 2D tools for game development. Okay, I was right. Yeah, this particular thing is for that. And the source image for that I used for this, let me back up here so that way I can show y'all what was done so far. Let's get rid of touch-ups, textures, base color, and selections. And this was the image that we were given. He gave us basically a zip file with a bunch of screenshots from games, and we have to pick 2 of them and Photoshop away all their skin and make them transparent. It's not just photoshopping their skin out, it's putting the objects that are supposedly behind them. We have to like basically imagine what is behind the parts that we're editing out and making that, you know, appear. So that's what I've been doing. First, we blocked out their skin with color that was sampled from nearby, and then we did the base color to go ahead and, you know, that's all just brush work trying to match the tones in the back. You're from Brazil? Oh, well, welcome. What time is it in Brazil? Oh, whatever. Well, welcome to the channel. You stumbled on my channel that used to be more gaming oriented, but now that I'm in class and like I've started going to school again for the first time in 15 years, and I'm doing game development. So I figure not a lot of people can afford to go to college for such things, so I can go ahead and demonstrate everything that I learned in class and see if anyone else can pick it up and maybe learn something. So spread the word. Next layer that we did, we clipped it onto selections, and base color is the textures. So we used the clone stamp tool, and we started grabbing textures, like textures from his beard to go ahead and finish it out, and from his hair to go ahead and retexture and add the other side of where his hair would be, because he doesn't just have half a face once you take away the skin, right? That's also how we got these lockers here, because those weren't there. You can still see the outline of her face. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. But it's a whole lot better. And then the touch-ups is where we go ahead and try and get the blending right, and that's where we're seeing, you know, a little bit more haziness, unfortunately, and I'm still trying to get these lockers like right and maybe not so actually blurry, because we get rid of the touch-ups layer. The lockers are nice and concise, but it was just a little too bright. I should have grabbed the texture from this locker and this one instead of these over here that have lighting on it. Actually, I probably could have left the lighting alone. Damn it! Oh well. Also, with the touch-ups layer, you can see that I was touching up, like, going through her body and everything, because she's not supposed to look like she's got predator camouflage. It's supposed to look like there was an accident in the rendering processes of the game, and that it just didn't render the character like it's supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and take a sample here, and we're basically just continuously airbrushing bits of the character's outline and pixelation out of the picture, or at least trying to, so that way it looks smoother, you know? So I took a darker sampling, because you notice that this line here that's following her outline is actually a little brighter than the rest of the background. So what I'm trying to do is trying to blend that away and make it seem just like a little color variation to everything else. Might be a little too much, so we go ahead and grab this and just go through. That's a little bit better, yeah? I just realized the music is actually pretty decent. I'll turn my headset all the way down like an idiot. Missing out on some good jams. Alright, so I'm going to take that sample right there, and we're going to press Alt and right click, and we're going to reduce the diameter of our brush here because I want to get it a little bit more accurate. I know that the texturing actually isn't all the way there. Maybe I should. I'm gonna go to the background copy, use the clone stamp, and I'm going to grab. You know what? We're gonna grab that right there, and we're gonna go to the textures layer. And I'm also going to zoom in. Oh god, of course I'm at the max before the pixelation starts. And we're going to paint this texture into it. There was a little bit there that shouldn't have been. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Stop revealing her skin. There. That looks better. You gotta be a little meticulous with it. You go back to the touch-ups layer, which we can go ahead and go back to our sampling. I'm gonna grab this dark sampling again because I still need to blend this out a little bit. There's still a little bit of that outline, and it started to get her skin again. I don't know why it was doing that, so let's my opacity is still at 19, so it's gonna be nice and subtle. Let's go ahead and double down on it a little bit. That puts about 36% opacity of this color on there. I also have the flow at 30%, so it's not putting too much of the color on there. So that way I can try and make it as small of a change as possible. And also I'm working on a layer that is not snapped to the selections, so I actually have to be careful and not hit the hair too much, because or else it'll start to blend that as well. Okay. That spot is gone. Okay. That kind of looks a bit better. Still trying to darken this up appropriately, but I think the more I'm layering on, the more it's like getting rid of certain parts of it. Oh. Yes, please. I blended a little too much of the detail out of the texture copying. So, haha. But you see the shape that this took? I might have to do a little texture grab of like right here and try and do a better job instead of just going with the brush setting right there. I accidentally just clicked on a spot. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm going to go back to our brush tool. We're going to sample, I guess, that shade right there. Let's see if this will give me a quick little... Oh. guess I'll work with that here soon. Wait a sec, did I just see color replacement? I'm just gonna go with the brush tool. I'm trying to explore a little too much here when I just have to very carefully finish this out. Okay. I was going to pick a bigger brush, but honestly, I'm gonna go with this. We're gonna go with 38% opacity. It doesn't need to be exact. Okay, see, that's a little bit better. Oh. Alright. We're getting it a bit here. I should do a little better at getting that texture there. Or I could use black brush to try and make it meet. Let's go with a second layering here. I'm actually going to start trying to actively avoid those the detail lines. I don't know why my stylus is starting to be weird. I can increase the density of this a little bit. Not the density, the diameter. Just a bit. We're not trying to go too crazy. Kind of looks more like a brownish color, doesn't it? Oh, it's supposed to be avoiding the detail line. You know what? I'll layer some of this color, and then I'm gonna go with black. I'm gonna put on the what do you call it? The actual airbrush, and use the pressure settings on this, because that's just looking a little too like brown for my liking, and I'm just really trying to darken this up a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and toss on airbrush. We're going to sample this darkest black over here, and we're definitely going to turn the opacity down to about like 10%. Try and make things a little bit darker. Yup. Particularly this right here. That's problematic. Starting to look a little less bright. I'm still preserving some of the detail. At least enough so that way, you know, it looks closer to what it's supposed to be. And I'm going to give us a much smaller radius here. I think we're starting to finally see a little bit of a like blend away from her from like her silhouette there. Wrong key. I know we can do this. We got this now. Come on. We got this. Alright, that's all darker, but this one is not. There. Slightly grungy, but I think it conveys the point. And I really am gonna have to touch that up. I should have done it in textures. Actually, I think I can. If I go ahead and do this and then hit the eraser. Yeah, there's that base color again. Alright, so now I can go to the background, copy here, and we can go ahead and grab clone stamp. We're going to grab right there. Oh, nope. Oh. Interesting. Okay, but now it goes ahead and grabs the right things for the textures. It wasn't doing that yesterday. Ain't that a bitch? Okay. That's that one. We're also going to want, I dislike it, but we're going to grab that. And we need to reduce our diameter. Reduce, I said. Can I get closer without sacrificing too much here? There it is. That's the limit. You know what? I think I'm just gonna have to go with a brush, sample that, and take care of it and touch up. Smaller diameter, please. Because that's weird. That's a brownish color, but that's just because it's the pink in shadow. Alright. I know that I need to touch up over here a little bit. We're gonna grab this. I'm gonna turn off the airbrush. Alright, shadow's good. I might need to, like, darken this a little bit. So I took a sampling of the black that's also worked in with it. Just to go ahead and, like, kind of blend that color in a little bit more. Back up here. Guess whose new camera and graphic design tab came in today? No shit, Creeper. Congratulations, man. You're definitely gonna have a better art setup than I am. I'll see about maybe getting some dedicated graphic art things, you know, later on. El Cheapo too? Okay, now you're speaking my words, and that makes it possible that I could go ahead and get, you know, those things a little sooner. I'm gonna save this. I hit Control S like 6 times just to make sure. And now we're gonna work on this one. And I already kind of started, so we've got our selections done, and now we get to start working on the base colors. I'm gonna zoom in on the hand here, and also before we go any further, paid $32.99 for the tab. Jesus Christ! Yeah, I think I know which tablet you're talking about. That's like the best one that that our school recommends. I'll be right back though. I just need to go pee real fast, honestly, and I'm just going to put this up and then put an ad because that's apparently something that, you know, streamers do, and I never really fucking knew until I got here. Nope, that is the wrong thing. I'm still learning. I'm an old man, kinda. Oh wow, I just realized that I was getting like phased out by my camera again. Oh, $32.99, not $3,200. Okay, okay. How the hell did you get one for that? For that is really El Cheapo and kind of awesome. Anyway, quick 1-minute ad. I'll be right back. probably heard a bunch of motorcycles. I forgot to hit mute. But let's go ahead live screen. There are millions of them on there. Okay, I might have to look it up and make a very subtle purchase later. Not right this second. I'm gonna have to think about it, and because I already have this tablet here, and even though it is just, you know, my general all-purpose tablet, it's been working pretty well. Alright, so we're on the base color layer. We're going to go ahead and start tossing down basically, well, the basics, the base colors that we are going to be working with here. I am also going to increase that. And opacity can go up to about 40. And we're going to go with hard round because I'm not going for any kind of real crazy detail right now. Huh. Let's sample this like yellowish color here. Alright, and I also need to grab this white and let's drop this diameter because it should not have gotten all up here. Gotta make sure that's all back. There we go. I'll... There we go. That's better. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna have to use that to... that's like a whole gauntlet, huh? Kind of. Let's get some of this here. And let's actually make it this silver color instead of the darker one. What we're going to do is we're going to try and make it look like the... we're going to try and reconstruct the inside of the gauntlet, and we're going to make it look darker, so it looks like it's the inside of the gauntlet. And that is how we're going to create the illusion that this person is see-through, or that basically this this gauntlet or armlet is just kind of floating there. Okay. It's just base color. I really shouldn't be going too crazy here. So I'm going to start whiting this out because it is like going in that direction. And since I am on a clipped layer that is clipped onto the selections, and I tried to make my selections as accurate as possible, we are able to just kind of go at it and not worry about going into the details of like the armor and accidentally messing it up. Yeah, see? I layered that up, so that's good. The thing that's gonna take the most work probably, at least on this section, is gonna be the fur and the frills, trying to create, you know, the blurred edges for the fur that doesn't have pieces of the skin tone in there, while also preserving that there. It'll be interesting. A little bit these. Okay. And now we're going to sample the pavement. And we're going to touch it up here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There. Kind of from a distance. It works out a little bit, right? Don't answer that. I'm going to grab this diameter. And I'm turning the airbrush back on. And go back to this white. I went obviously way too high. I keep forgetting that my opacity is a little higher than I would typically like it to be. Also, it is hard round. Soft round is what I was really looking for here. There we go. And let me turn down this opacity to right around there so I can do this. Come on. You got this. Do the things I command. Okay. And there's a very subtle, like, cream color hidden in here. Kind of winds up merging in with that screw a little bit on kind of like an outskirt. That looks a little better. If I don't have to touch this on the texture layer, then that's wonderful and I don't need to worry about it. I just got to make sure I pay attention to it on this layer. There. That base color works for me. If I can I know I said it worked for me, and I might be a little bit of a hypocrite, but I need it to be right. Okay. So the naked eye, and if you didn't know that there used to be something else there, it looks a lot better. Oh, alright. We're going to want to grab this. I'm going to turn the opacity back up to about 40. We're going to go back to the hard round brush. I do not have that applied, which is good, and we're going to zoom in here. Okay, that might be a little too much of a zippy zoom here. But we will try to make it a thing. Looks like it went from light to like a darker orange. So first I'm going to try and match up the lighter color, and then we'll go with the darker one. And I think I need to like complete that line there too. 3 swipes should be enough to get the full range of the color that that was intended. We're gonna grab this color straight from that pixel. We're going to drop down the size of this, and I might toss that on a little bit just to see here. That actually looks pretty good. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to grab a little of this kind of brown color. No one needs to try and be as meticulous as I'm trying to be. I'm trying to do as little bit of texture work as possible on this one, because the Dead Space one was a whole lot of texturing, and if I can try and recreate the background as closely as I can, that'd be great. And that's why I'm using kind of the airbrush tool to help me out with that. Notice that's a darker shade of brown. It's all different. And I can increase the opacity here. Not the opacity, the diameter. For the blending purposes is why I'm keeping the airbrush on. I'm using the hard round brush, which is Peter's favorite. Me, I prefer the soft round to get the blending all right. But I was making the mistake on the Dead Space one that I was like doing a lot of base color and other stuff with the soft round, and it was taking me a whole lot longer to do because I was trying to get the blending edge thing to not, you know, really blend as much as I needed it to do something else, you know. Alright. Let's get the zoom out there. I can actually, on the touch-up layer, take care of the rest of that. I am going to want to sample this orange, though, and get maybe a little base started on the actual soft round. Soft round. Let's go ahead and increase that diameter, turn down that opacity. Yeah, 21 is fine. I don't need it to be an exact 20%. Damn right. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Although I did just notice that I can definitely like bridge that really well if I go super anal. It's some people's favorite thing. I closed that off because it was going to annoy me if I didn't. Alright, so we're going to take that. We're going to increase our... yeah, we'll increase the brush a little bit. We'll turn the opacity to 40, go back to hard round because this is going to kind of be like all up in the, almost all up in the fur. Yeah. I don't want it to be like too pixelated. In case some of you are watching from something that is rated better than a toaster. No, wouldn't want y'all to strain your eyes. What did I set the... okay, so 40. Do that, and I need to reduce... yeah. Let's re-increase the... actually, put it right around there. We'll do this. And I just realized that I have to grab up this over here. It's 80%. I'll retouch the white and that's behind the fur there. Actually, no. This is a... I just realized this is a thing there, so it could just curve at that point. No one knows. But what I do see is a detail that should not be overlooked. Is these lines right here. Why isn't that, like, looking right? There we go. Okay. Oh shit, I'm gonna... just notice the blending for this needed to be continued over here. So we're going to grab as close to that base right there, and we're going to increase our diameter. Still on hard round for right now, that's fine. And we're going to just shoop de whoop over here. And I'm gonna have to already fix that. You know what? There. Give myself less whiting out to have to do. Stop reaching up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Now I can go to soft round, airbrushing, much smaller size. Let's grab like that color. Actually, let's grab that color and go back to the hard round. I just realized that it's probably best for me to get that base yellowish down first, because it seems like it becomes a more noticeable thing here. So I'm gonna paint that in. Yeah. Am I? Yes. It's like a tannish color that's just like really subtle on there. So I'm going to, fingers crossed, opacity 40. And the brightness on my tablet just decided to auto correct itself down to a dimmer setting, which is not what I want. No adaptive brightness right now. Yeah, I know it's gonna kill my battery. Whatever. I'm not doing this the entire time. Okay. Oh, wait. That wasn't, let's undo that one. And, you know what, that one's fine. Okay. Alright, now we want to go to soft round. Let's go with a 20. And let's grab that color. Excuse you, airbrush. Take that darker one. Alright. Kind of make that dark a little less subtle. Eh. Looks good to me. I think we did a pretty good job there. Alright, we're gonna grab this dark orange here and we're going to kind of do the same thing over here. What was that? Silver Kaze Ninja, rating with a party of one. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Haven't seen you in a while, Hand. How is it going, man? Welcome to the, what is now basically a game development stream. Well, very basic-ass game development stream, but, you know, we'll get there. Right now we're working on some two-dimensional tools. And if I get this particular one finished, then I can jump to fine-tuning one of my 3D modeling projects too. Let's zoom out on that. See, that looks better. Although I do feel like this. Yeah, let's get the slightly brighter yellowish orange thing ironed out here. Let's increase that diameter. Opacity is still 20%. We're still using the airbrush setting. All right. All right. I know it's gonna get a little bit brighter. And as we get brighter and brighter, I want to try and stick closer to the top of it here. Which means we're going to tighten up the diameter here. Married to the bottle. Drake Dragon, welcome, welcome. I don't have any fancy raid words or anything like that, and I haven't configured a bot yet because I need to get my actual PC in order for me to feel comfortable with really finalizing or adding new things to the stream. This laptop is not that powerful, although it has surprised me so far. There we go. And I'm no longer married to the bottle, although it still does take me like a whole bottle of whiskey to really get the fun going. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about getting these base colors all right and making these characters essentially disappear. So since y'all haven't been y'all definitely haven't been here for a while. I was still just streaming only Dead by Daylight content back then, which back then it sounds like it was so long ago, but it was really only 3 weeks ago that I started classes. So here's what we're doing. We are taking screenshots from games, using it as a background, and then we are snapping layers onto it and basically editing the skin models out and making them translucent and recreating backgrounds behind them as we go, so that way it looks like they are see-through. It's all 2D stuff, and it's a little more challenging than, you know, I would have anticipated. Whenever someone says that they was just playing Pokemon Emerald, jokes about a couple of my Pokemon being alcoholics. Oh, lovely. I always thought back in the day, like, if someone says, oh yeah, I just photoshopped it out, that they literally just, like, clicked one thing and then, you know, things happen. But seeing, like, doing this shit now, I'm realizing exactly how much effort really has to go into making, you know, into making Photoshop photos, like, really good. That, I'm going to block that out, and then we're going to go back to the hard round brush, and we're going to increase opacity to 41%, because we want to get rid of some of this green now, because that was just kind of a very base thing. Which one of your Pokemon was the alcoholic? Because personally, I think almost any of Ash Ketchum's Pokemon that he let pursue their own dreams should be alcoholics, because he lied to them and said, I'll be back for you. Never came back. Failed the Pokemon League. Never came back. Alright, we're going to grab some of this here. And we're basically going to recreate, like, his collar here. I'll go through with on the texture layer later and make it, like, actually good. But for now, this is just our base colors. The selections we blacked out. Well, not really blacked out, but we used a surrounding color to get rid of you know, that color is actually some of the color in Link's hair, and I used it to get the rest of him out of there. Link's arm right here, grayed out because that's the color of the background. It makes things a little easier to edit. Like that part of his hand, which actually his hand is still there, but I intend to do something with the texture of the bottle. Probably the texture of this bottle over here or something. Same with his hand being in the background there. I'm going to get... And Link's face. Look at that. I'm failing all around. Not really. I have different plans to make that work out better. And I honestly didn't think about, you know, the back of his face being, you know, green and all, because I totally forgot that his hair is behind him, not the green bits. So we're going to take that lighter tone of his hair, and we're going to increase the diameter so that way we have an easier time painting all this. And we're going to... Yeah. that's about 80. Combination of that brown and green. Okay. So for him, that's all gonna be like textured based off of this. I'm seeing now this is like the perfect bit of hair because that's like the underside of the hair anyway. So I can grab that texture and I'm gonna layer that all the way all out through there to make it look like the inside of where his hair is. Let me, now that I'm a little closer here, I can really get the green out of here. Okay. Right, so that base color is done. For this, we see that they are all square patterns, right? So we're going to have to try and get the coloring right in a square pattern formation here. This should be good, though. It's not going to be too difficult. Oh, yeah, I also forgot about his fingers up here, which are going to be a little bit more intricate because that's the square pattern is off in a distance. So I'm going to have to do a little bit closer to really get it all right. Let's go for like the darkest shade that it's got in a pixel. Right there. And we're going to paint that in here. And we're going to paint that in there. Yeah. We'll grab the texture for it for the texture layer later and make sure that it's all good. And we'll finish everything up in the touch-ups a little later. We're going to reduce the size of that so that way we can there we go. And we're going to grab this shade of green right here and increase diameter and finish this out right here. The reason I'm not doing the whole thing is because we see that blue divider there. So we're going to sample a bit of this blue here, reduce diameter size, and we're going to make sure that that is represented and incorporated here. All right. Let's do it. 20% opacity with the soft round airbrush. And we're going to reduce the size of that, and we're going to in touch-ups, I'll have to go in there and get really close, like, and get rid of that line. But things are looking accurate. Right, so let me turn that off, go back to the hard round, get a little bigger. It's actually really good. We're gonna grab that, and we're going to darken you up a little bit. We're going to set that opacity back up to 41. I don't know why my Windows is deciding to go ahead and make noises at me. I did not give it permission to do that. I promise. So we're going to darken that up so that way it matches kind of what's on the back there. Don't worry, I definitely see this bad boy right here. if I can get it a little bit darker. There we go. That's actually the darkest pixel they have there. There we go. Right. So that good. We'll take this gray, increase the diameter size again, and we will paint this in here a little bit more. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really work to get things right on this one. I didn't notice that I got part of his scabbard in the editing. I might need a darker blue here. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I zoom in really far, is so that way I can see like practically each individual pixel and have a better understanding of which one I want. I'm noticing that his hand is like, you see that, right? I'll have to get it in the touch-ups layer. The back of his shield is also on here. Damn it. Oh boy. I did not anticipate it to really get that serious. Grab that darker. That'll do for that. We're going to grab that really dark shade. We're going to reduce the diameter, and we're going to make that align down. Alright, the rest of that one goes to touch-ups. Get that one later. This, I don't know what it is here on his waist. That might be like the coin pouch. Can't be entirely sure, not even entirely sure what color palette that is that it's using. That's from the higher one. We're going to grab that one. Yep, that's wrapping around, so that is actually an accurate color, but it's still not quite. Yeah, see, it was too faint of a color. Wasn't really doing it for me. See, there. Now it's almost a little bit more believable. Oh, shit. Alright. See, we got another example of really awesome goodies with the clipping here because we have, you know, a few pixels of the color palette that's supposed to be behind on the inside of his shirt and collar. So we're going to start with this one, and we're going to increase the opacity. We're going to do that. Yeah. More. More. Oh my god, I just realized how bad my face was on the on my thing. Damn. Ain't nobody told me that I was like half in existence and half out of existence. That's cold. What the hell is my opacity at? 41%? I guess with the flow, that's how it's deciding to go. Alright, so we're gonna take this darker shade. We're gonna reduce the diameter here because that is very obviously the more dominant one here. We're going to go with a soft round, slight airbrushing, 11%. Because I turned the opacity down substantially, it's barely applying it, but it's letting me basically allow for this this blend to happen here. Alright, now we go ahead and grab that again, and we can increase the opacity. Let's go with 31. Yeah, I think that's working. And go back to the hard round. I know that turns off the airbrush, but that is the dedicated color that we are picking for that. And we can grab a little of this, and we're going to really get that down to small there, because there's not going to be too much of that. A little of this. Yeah, I think that actually works out for that. I could probably grab a little of this shadowed texture here and drop it in there. With a lighter opacity, of course. We're going to grab this green, and we're going to increase here. We're still on hard round, and we are at 31% opacity. I need to increase that to, let's say, 50%. Yes, I am on hard round. I'm going to need to touch that up. There's a couple pixels of his original color in there. His original skin pixels are lingering. Well, let me get in there, because as much as I can see it on my big ass screen, I couldn't really see it on the tab. That's not the color I'm looking for. That's the color I'm looking for. Okay. Let's sample this. Let's get in there. Let's increase that. Got this. Get rid of all of that fleshy color. No flesh. Hex devours flesh. God, that would be a nasty hex in the game. Right, so I'm going to sample that and make my diameter. Yeah, that works. Yep, that works for me. And now we grab a little of this for that to lighten it up. And we grab a little of this and we increase that. Even out the color a little bit here. And I really need to get that in the touch-ups, because that's going to bother me. But with that, let's go ahead and grab this texture of the inside of his face, inside of his hair rather. And I can zoom out a bit here so that way we're not pixelated, because that's starting to hurt my eyes. Alright, so we're at 51% with 30% flow, hard round still. Okay, I can work with this. I don't still have, okay, I was about to say, please don't tell me I still have the airbrush on, because it kind of felt like it for a second. I was about to just like go crazy on there, but then I just noticed, actually that is the perfect color for that shade of his hair right there. But I know that's not gonna work. Actually, I could grab that texture and drop it on over. Right, so I can now turn up this to that size and just go nuts right here. So everything is that nice uniform color of what the inside of his hair is apparently like. See, that actually looks alright to me. Now, will it look alright to my instructor? I don't know. But, for right now, oh man. Old boy's arm up here. And actually, I just realized that this should drag in a bit. So, okay. We're going to get nice and zoomed in here. We're going to minimize here. I'm using my mouse for this one. Okay. And there we go. That feels a little better to me. Okay. A little brighter. Okay, no, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Gonna want to grab that. We're gonna work on Link's fingers here. Oh, before yeah, let me increase that a little bit. Okay. Gonna grab these darker tones for the Link finger. That luxurious hair, right? You know, on the inside, if it weren't for the fact that it's untextured in there, I'd say that that is basically what it's supposed to look like. I would leave that alone. Look at that. Like, personally, I think, again, I think I'm doing pretty decently here. Also, I need to, like, pick a darker color for the inside of this dude here. My buddy Creeper said that he found a fucking, that he got an art tab off of Amazon Prime for, like, 33 bucks. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I'd like a dedicated art tab that's only, like, $33. Although, then again, I'd need to actually take a look at it. I don't know what's supposed to be good specs for an art tab, seeing as how I'm just using a Galaxy tab. Oh, also there's actually a little bit of, yeah, right there. So this is all still base color. I still need to go through with textures. I just tried to do what I could, as much as I could, with the base colors to allow the textures to work. Oh boy. Yep. I wish I had known about the Cintiq discount our professor was talking about earlier. You bought your Cintiq full price? Bruh. When they put that link out showing the art tabs that we could get and everything, I looked at those prices and I rapidly said, you know, I'm gonna find out how to turn my current thing into something that I can at least use for class for now. If I'm really feeling it, I'll look into it. I'll consider it, while I still obviously have that student discount. You know, there ain't no way I'm gonna get that thing without it. Yeah, that's the darker shade. Grab them bright tones. No, the only reason I knew that we'd need the tablets is because Cabrera wrote, you know, oh, everyone handles a stylus differently, and I was like, oh wait, hold up, what? What do you mean stylus? Are we supposed to have something that wasn't put in, like, because I checked all the tabs for all the classes that I'm attending, and none of them said anything about, you know, actual hardware. The only one that had anything was the game engines course, saying that I need, you know, the various game engines that we're going to be working on, and, you know, that makes sense, so I went ahead and got those, right? But, you know, random other things, it nowhere mentioned the art tab. I would have gone ahead and tried to get that ahead of time. Before my finances are split between me and the missus. A lot of these classes would be a huge pain without a pen display. Well, see, that's what I was kind of figuring, but, you know, they never said anything on the websites or anything like that on the LMS, so I was like, alright, I guess I just don't need it. Not really going to be too artsy in an art academy. Boy, was I foolish. Trying to make this as best I can over here. We're just gonna blend that out. Captain Falcon yelling beep beep out of my way, I'm a motorist. Gay? Are you on drugs? Please share. No, I mean drugs are bad, kids, okay? Alright. Drugs are bad unless sanctioned by state, obviously. Obviously. The government will never steer you wrong. Obvi. Yeah, I'm kind of fucking up. I sampled out the darker when I should still be working on the detail of the light. Try and make that sharp. Gotta get these shapes right. Okay. Now I can go ahead and sample this one because I need to tighten that up. Said get tightened up. No. Did I mess something up here? Smaller. Alright, I'm gonna need to watch the screen to get that right. There we go. And let's standards. There we go. Before I sample away here. Double tap. Get that nice defined shape. Grab this. Okay. Oh, god damn it. I still have a whole other hand over here. Grab that, make sure. It's getting a little bit brighter. Yo, by the way, I'm like hunched over my tablet here, sitting in the absolute darkness in my apartment. Okay, so knowing how this pattern continues. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna increase the diameter a bit. Okay. Now I think I can resample this here. Jesus. This is like actually stressful. You know what? I think that is acceptable until I, grab textures and reskin over all that work. But my OCD has served its purpose here, because we've gotten, aside from the skin pixels that I didn't zoom in enough to... Not getting angry, not getting angry. I hope they didn't expect me to, like... They have eyes. So does that mean that the bark is skin and the petals and flower face is skin? I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to assume that it is not. Oh my god. I'm gonna need to like grab the tiniest little sample right here for texture and repeat it all up in here, because that's how I'm gonna phase his hand out. That is like the only way I can phase his hand out from the other side of the bottle. So, enough lollygagging. We're gonna go ahead and make this layer. And I'm going to name this texture. It's already snapped down to my selections layer. So I'm going to now zoom out and see what exactly I need to get texture-wise to make it right here. Jesus. I put so much work into the painting that I really just need to worry about the grass texture. Like, that's the main thing I need to worry about, along with the bottles. Oh my god, that looks like I tried to use the texture thing and, like, did a half-assed effort on it. But that's really just me putting in way too much effort on brushing it in. Wow. Alright. So let's just go ahead and get like the hair samples here. We're going to go to the background copy. We're going to grab the clone stamp, and we're going to grab right there. And we're going to go back here, and let me turn that up. Nope. Not going to be enough. Yeah. Okay. Isn't it amazing how it's doing absolutely nothing? Oh, not select D. I want to alt-click here. No pixels are selected. Okay, so it's not painting. Why not? Background copy. Grab hair. Texture. Pull hair. There we go. Now I'm also going to use the brush tool with the soft round, and I'm going to do my best to blend the shading of the hair on the inside, because that is all very obviously, you know, a reskin of the same texture going in a repeating pattern. So we're going to try and avoid that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this here. And we're going to... I didn't go to the texture layer. See, that's why I locked my background layer. Grab that. Of course. Need to grab it off the background copy and then put it in texture. Oh no, it started to grab pigments of his face. So, alright, so we're just going to go back to the background copy here. Drugs are bad unless you have glaucoma, or depression, or anything. Literally anything. Oh man, this guy's got a case of being alive. Sounds rough, buddy. You tried smoking about it? Alright, we're gonna go back to the background copy and we're gonna try and get the very tip of this right here. Go back to texture. Alright, now we want to grab guessing like right around here, maybe? Or we can grab this. That's background copy. We're going to go to texture, and knowing where I grabbed from, kind of accidentally painted the wrong, not the wrong thing, but I picked up like right in the middle of a spot. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab this from the background copy instead of trying to do that. Go back into texture and see. Oh, Lord. We're going to enhance. We're going to sample. I need to sample something good. Nope. That ain't gonna do. That's very obviously the arch of his hair. Still feeling a little confident about that part. The reason this particular part is being kind of difficult is because wait, what the hell was I just trying to say? Oh yeah, because it's not treating the texture layer as anything that I could sample a thing from, going back to the background copy and grabbing things is how I grab the textures. The only problem is that it also, this is what the background copy looks like. You know, so it's got, you know, the original skins and textures on there, so when I drag them over, I have to be careful that I only stay within like my selection range, because if I bridge over to like where their skin was, it's just gonna grab their skin and put it right back on, and I don't want to give them their skin back. You hear me? No skin for them. Why is my chroma key so fucking bad? Like, I don't get it. I can't. My OCD won't let me have that. Like, I now caught sight of it, and I can't. Just gonna be one of those faceless guys. Even though everyone knows what I look like. Alright, so let's go ahead back to this background copy. I want to try and make the texture grab as smooth as possible for the rest of this. Yeah, I think that works. And I'll blend that. Alright, so what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go to the background copy. We're going to grab literally like right there. Go to texture And we're going to... That was a little too high. Okay. Let's go back to background copy. We're going to grab this. Oh no, that's a part of his arm. I realize that now. We're going to grab like right there. We're going to go to texture. Nope, too much. Not enough. That's his hand. Come on. You got this. That's what I wanted to get. Because now the rest of it is going to be much smaller diameter. Grab of the background copy, grabbing here, going to texture. Okay. That's been retextured. I added that in as a little, you know, just a little boost. Again. The hell was that? Oh, okay. Nope. Undo that. Background copy, we're going to grab here. We're going to reduce that. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'm off for the night. I'll catch you later. Hey, I appreciate you for being here, Peter. You have a good one. Have fun with the essay that we gotta do. I'm so excited about it. Okay, now I'm going to go to this background copy and grab some, like literally just that little bit of that. Let's see what I can accomplish right here. Okay. Next, we're going to grab this here. Go back to texture. Yep. And back to background copy. We're going to grab that there. Go to texture. Okay. That is that reconstructed. Jesus. Alright. So I'm going to... I think I'm going to grab that one right there. Background copy. I'm going to grab it right around there. And we're going to go to texture. Now we're going to... Okay. And select background layer, grabbing that white. Because that should be nice and easy to fit in right here. Simple. I already did work on that, and I think I'm gonna actually leave that as is. If anything, I'll fix some of the shading, and I'll call that one good. But what I am going to do now we're gonna have a little fun. We're going to grab that auto do, and we're gonna go to texture, and I'm gonna blow you up a little bit, and then go back to background copy again, and make sure that I grab... You know what? I'm going to grab it from here, because then I'm not going to accidentally put the skin textures back on there. And we're going to zoom. Oh, I just noticed something. Yeah! Oh, I did not notice that before, and I'm glad that I caught that now. We're going to, first off, reduce diameter. We're going to, obviously not clone stamping there, although we are using the clone stamp. Alright. Okay. And now we're going to grab some of this grass right here. And we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna okay. And you know what? We're gonna go to background copy. We're going to grab this right here. We're gonna go to texture, and we're going to very carefully there. That works. We're going to, once again, background copy, grabbing like right there. We're back in texture. And background copy, grabbing this texture right here. Good. Alright. Background copy. We're going to grab that right there, and we're going to pray. Texture. That's not working the way I want it to. I need to, and I hate it, but I need to. And I'll blend those colors out and make it look better later. That's like actually an annoying fabric to kind of get here. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. Oh no. Awful. No. Not texturing. Don't need to do multi-brushes here. Come on. Okay, that kind of looks a little bit better. You know, there's still like bits of green here and there. Well, that's what the touch-ups layer is for. Oh, yeah, I'll darken it up to look like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Background copy, let's grab this pavement, and we're going to just... Oh, also... yeah, we can do this one. And we're going to background copy, grab a little bit. We're going to grab it straight from here. Give me a little more room to brush that in to the right. There we go. And, you know, touch-ups to get the last little bits of the outline. I really cut it close to the pixels. Okay, now the challenge. The challenge mode here is I'm going to reduce this to like that small, and we're going to grab a sample of glass grass. Glass and grass is what we just grabbed a sample of, and I can only do that in the touch-ups. Fuck. Actually, I can grab that right there and make it better than nothing. Alright. Now we're going to go back to background copy. We're going to make that a little bigger, grab that, and go back to texture. Because we need to layer up a little grass here. Oh. Alright. That actually worked. Oh, that's gonna be nightmarish. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to grab these and do a whole lot of like brush work in here. And I'm not gonna enjoy it. Alright. Background copy, we're gonna grab from, I'm gonna say right there. And then we're gonna go to texture and let's get texture painting. It's just supposed to be something that looks normal from a distance. And then on touch-ups we can get rid of the like finger lines. I wonder if I grab a little of this background copy and put it at like 30 and texture. That bit of faintness actually, I feel like I'm okay with that. And then I'm just gonna background copy and let's put that opacity back at 100. So I'm going to take all that. Then I'm going to take the faintest little design. By turning the opacity back down to 28. We're going to go ahead and grab this, yeah, that right there will actually work for me. and then I'll go in the touch-ups layer and darken that up a little bit, and that'll look like a kind of design on the inside of the armor. See, I already got all that. I think I just need to move on to touch-ups and fix this. Yeah, I think that's the extent of what I got going here right now. So we're gonna go ahead and make a new layer. Call it touch-ups. And oh boy. Actually, I didn't really get Link's hair. Shit. I'm gonna go back to the background copy. Let's turn the diameter down. We're going to zoom in here, and we're going to grab, like, literally right here, and we're going to use up and down motions to try and get this without screwing things up. That's what I was trying to avoid, was grabbing Link's original face. Or any more of this damn bottle. Okay. That was annoying. Very much so. Alright. Now we can go, hopefully, up here to the touch-ups and make things fully I didn't bother to fucking... Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine, I got this, y'all. Oh, what is going on my wrist here? Oh. Hang on. I realize that y'all can't see me because I turned off my camera. I really dislike how the chroma key is not working in certain scenarios. I'm messaging my fiance right now, and she might call, and if she does, then I'm gonna turn off my mic and talk to her, and y'all will just watch me be doing stuff. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go back to the background copy because I'm going to grab this up right here. Go to texture. Alright. The rest I'll have to like get that stuff and try and make it as like as good as possible in there. Shit. Would that be in base color? Yeah, I think I'd have to go into base color for that one. So we're going to go back to our brush tool. Definitely going to turn that down because this is going to be like a bit of a detail work here. And the opacity is at 51. We're on hard round. So I'm going to try and complete the design on his wrist armor here. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if we were expected to go this far. I'm pretty sure we are. I'm going to increase the flow. Get a darker one right there. Okay, now we're going to grab a kind of metallic color. And I'm also going to grab this black right here. Go ahead and make this opening for the gauntlet. Oh, nope. Not accepting that. Oh. I don't like this part. I feel like I'm like having a freehand fill in someone else's shit, which is exactly what I'm doing. And I don't know what the original design is. Alright, we're going to just fill this color in like this. Since we increase the flow, we're getting a little bit more of the color in here. The opacity is still the same. There's that darker color. We're going to reduce the diameter, and we're going to kind of increase that to 71 on opacity. Well, holy shit. Alright, let's grab this one, and we're going to bring that around here. We're going to grab this and bring that in right there. And now we grab like that color. All right. Now when I say it's kind of nerve-wracking, it's kind of nerve-wracking. You dig? Alright, we need to fix this travesty here. I might have to do that in touch-ups. I think that's a texture. Alright. Now we need a good hollow color. Oh, we're just going to grab the darkest shade here, and we're going to increase the opacity here. Alright, that's better than what it was. I am gonna have to, like, grab this. I'm gonna grab exactly that. Alright. Jesus. That is the approximate size I want with the clone brush, though. Okay, now we're gonna go to texture. Not work as intended. We are going to try that again. We're going to grab it from like right there though, because it was like way too close to the other edge. And we're not dealing with this 28% crap. There we go. Yet again, may not look absolutely 100% fantastic up close, but point is that from a distance, it looks decent. It looks passable. And let's go, oh, nope. Background copy, just grab that. Go back to texture real quick so that way I can good enough. Is that a touch-up that's not working? Whatever, I'll fix that. Okay. Alright, Jesus. So, we are going to now grab the brush and no more hard round time. Now we're using soft round for the most parts of this. We're turning down the opacity to, let's say 15%. Flow is going right back down to about, we'll go to 41%. And let's grab samples and get to work on fine-tuning here. I am on that layer, right? Yeah. Come on. Fade properly. There you go. Also, I feel like that brown that I grabbed was somehow way brighter than it needed to be. So we're going to go ahead and lighten that up a little bit. We're going to grab that color. And we're going to use it to blend out this slight line that we're seeing here. This is why soft round is the true king. Wait, Peter left. Okay, I'll preach about soft round brush to him in class or something. Actually, I think he jumped into the Discord, so I may as well go ahead and sing the praises of the soft round brush for this goddamn blending. It's beautiful. Let's go ahead and drop that down just a little bit here. Let's see. How's that opacity working out for me? Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and grab this kind of darker brown here and use it. Gotta blend this so it's damn near seamless. Seamless means no seam. Come on. Fix seam. Okay. We're also going to try and fix some of this, a little bit of the streakiness, because it's a little too much. There's supposed to be some, but not a whole lot. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab this darker brown to try and make it a... Yes! There we go. And we want to grab this black. Turn the opacity up to about 40. Because we don't have anything in there. Trying to make a bit of a slight bit of a lighting illusion. There we go. And I think I might need to grab a little of that to kind of smooth that out a bit. Alright. There we go. I have to manually piece together that damn gauntlet, but hey, actually works. Alright, so we're going to grab that. Actually, we're going to grab that. And we're gonna fill this in right here. Because it should be filled in. Let's keep on lifting the brush and putting it back, and it'll go ahead and apply the pixels that we need. And I'm going to grab, which one do I want? We want this practically white, but still like off. There, a little bit darker. Because we're going to take that seam and make it disappear. Nice. Okay. We're going to take some of this white. Blend it away. Make it go bye-bye. It doesn't belong here. Alright, next we take some of this like dirty color that it's got. We reduce our brush size for the accuracy of it. And you can try broader strokes if you want. I want to knock out the best of the color that I can. And speaking of, here is one of the most annoying parts. Is I'm gonna have to go along the edges of this fur. This is, why? Ooh, hiccups. Okay. Alright. I lifted the brush, set it back down. Alright. The only reason I am zoomed up this damn close to where it is fucking killing my eyes to look at these pixels like this is so that way I can see exactly which pixels I'm shading, because I really should have just clipped it a little bit better. A little more effort at the start of it instead of rushing into it would have saved me the trouble of having to do this. And I kind of didn't remember it when I was working on the rest of this, or else I would have, you know, taken care of that. Would have gone back and fixed it. But it is what it is. We can consider this to be good practice, yeah? No skin. Skin bad. No skin tone. Skin tone be gone. Not allowed. Get your tan skin out of here, man. Going for a skinless zone. It's the ultimate nudity. I know it doesn't look like much is happening, but you know, you wind up looking close enough, you will see that the colors are, you know, slowly being grayed out a bit. Okay. Let's grab this other shade here. Slightly darker blue. Make those pixels ashamed to exist here. I think we're doing good. No, that's the one. It's like a navy blue. And with it, I get rid of any flecks of brown. Basically the same one here. Come on. Really darken it up. There we go. That's a better blue. Use that right here. Oh, this is good. I feel like I can be kind of proud of this. Let's go ahead and add a splash of this color. Just a small tint. Let's try and continue that on. I feel like I need to actually toss a little bit of this darkening up right here. I feel like that one was like the magic one. Okay. And we're going to grab, oh, that's a odd array of colors right here. But we're going to grab a little of the darkest one. What's my opacity at? 40%? Okay. I can see a couple of darker, yep, right there. So because I'm working on the touch-ups layer and it's not snapped to selections, it's letting me, you know, edit what is essentially the background image, but I'm not editing the background image because the background image is its own layer. Because we're not foolish to damage our background, right? Still feels a little off. Okay. We want to grab some of these darker tones from the other side of this. Kind of darken it up, give it that shadowed, shaded look. Oh, God. Y'all didn't see, but I desperately needed to, like, crack my elbow. We need to bridge this, because that's not supposed to be blue. I clipped out a little bit of the fur. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, we've got 20 minutes left. Water. Alright. We are trying. I know I'm not far enough in class to really try and be a perfectionist, but I'm gonna try and be a perfectionist, you know. I'm trying to get rid of that line right there. I need dark. Alright. So what if I make the inside of it darker than the outside of it? Does that change the effect that that line is having on everything else? Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, lordy lord. We need to grab this blue and fix this right here. This is why the touch-ups layer. Alright, we're gonna grab some of this like off-green color here to try and fix this blend. Same there. little bit more of like that type of blue because this looks a little too light. Okay. I'm gonna have to grab texture for this and layer it over. That's not gonna be an enjoyable thing for me. What is gonna be kind of enjoyable though is to guesstimate where this was supposed to stop and make it do so. Okay, now let's grab a little of this and make it work for me. Grab all of that. We don't want these little bits of brown tan coloring coming through. That would be kind of sloppy, even though this texturing did not really come out the way I intended it to, but it kind of drags more attention to it if the color scheme is like off. I needed to grab a touch of this and fix your flesh. I got you, Link, my boy. Huh. Alright, what we got? What we got now? Alright. For touch-ups, we're gonna grab this darker shaded color. And we're gonna drag it through here. Try and create basically the drawn outline that the rest of the scabbard has. That darker blue. And you see how this blue here is pretty consistent except for areas where Link's hand was. Yeah, we're going to and get rid of that. That blue should not be interrupted. There we go. I feel 3 things vibrating on me. Checking the things that are vibrating on my body. Okay. Okay, so actually, that scabbard looks good. We're going to come up here and we're going to grab this like dark oaky color. And we're going to use it to give an outline to the shield here. Nothing too crazy, but that tiny bit makes a difference. Right. Next we want to grab that green, get right up in here. And 100% erasure of his outline. Okay. And I really need to fix... Oh, yeah. Go ahead and get rid of that as well. Why are there so many people with motorcycles nowadays? We're gonna grab this shade here, increase our diameter, and also actually the opacity is this time it's gonna drop to 40, and we're gonna soft round brush that in a little bit. Oh, yeah, my neck. Okay. I'm gonna grab that color. And now we're going to reduce the diameter. We're going to grab this one. Reduce the diameter a little bit more to continue on with that reflective kind of look it's got for the fold. Alright, see that line right there is now a little too green, so we drop our diameter. Let me go ahead and put the opacity back. And I'm gonna yeah. I think I can live with that. It's a little too green. Little bit of color correction, never hurt nobody. Alright. Oh, God. Okay. Got that. Lighten this up a little bit for the sake of actual blending. There we I think I didn't see you. It's impossible for me not to when I'm zooming in that much. Speaking of zooming in that much. Yeah. Meticulous? Obsessive? Maybe. Am I gonna get a good grade? Also maybe. Alright, let's grab that sampling of that. Right, and now we grab some of this. Oh. That's what I was trying to do, is make this disappear. And we're gonna grab some of these really light tones and continue them. Okay. I am actually kind of impressed with how this is coming out. Like, I actually really, really like it. I'm gonna turn the opacity down like way more than that for this part. Okay, maybe not that much. Let's make that like 20, especially since I've already gone over it a couple times. Let's also reduce this ever so slightly. It's actually probably a better one. And actually, it should be a little darker towards the center, yeah? We're trying to blend this so that way it looks like you're looking in from the outside of his armor. Do a little proper shading here to kind of match a little bit of the lighting. I'm going to try not to get pixel close on this one. Although it will provide for a finer touch. Oh, I actually am really liking how this is coming out so far. Mother of God. Okay. Oh. Damn it. 50 minimum here. Alright, so what? Am I grabbing this and like circling it around like that? Which means I can grab a little of this. Because it needs to be completed. That's still kind of green here. Actually, this might be a thing where it fills in the whole thing. So, we're going to do that. So the little pixelated streaks that we see on certain things that can, you know, sometimes make or break a texture, I could technically try and replicate them this way. But but it's so time consuming and it takes so much goddamn focus. Alright. Speaking of focus, we're going to drop that down even more. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some touch up here. Tiniest little bit. It's crazy how like a pixel or two being off in some cases can make or break this illusion. Okay. Damn it. Alright. Gonna grab that. Put this all up in here. Not too crazy about that one. Okay. We're gonna save this because we're at 8 o'clock. We're done. For the stream. I'm probably gonna continue this personally. But I need to cut this off. I'm trying to keep these streams to 3 hours. I appreciate everyone that stopped by today. The thanks include PF Eyesores, aka Peter. Thank you very much for stopping in. I look forward to seeing, to hearing what game you chose for your essay. Lou 4N Fernandez, thank you so much for the 6 bits. I appreciate you stopping in from whatever time zone Brazil is in. Gracias, primo. Creeper, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you coming in, saying your piece, and lurking like you do. Silver Kaze Ninja, hand. Thank you so much for the raid. And Drake Dragon, thank you so much for being raided in. And yeah, that's everyone. Yep, that's about it. So, for tomorrow I have my game engines class, so we'll probably be working on trying to make a more functional game in the Construct 3 game engine. And all of my other assignments should be completed by then, hopefully. And I look forward to hearing y'all's input as to how we should go ahead and make our new game. And with that said, I will see y'all in the next one.